life like, given what's happening in the region? And I especially was thinking about our men and women in military, and so it is my honor this morning to present to you the Bright family.
We're in Camp Casey. We call this my house. We call the one in Yongsan my home.
Because it's where your family is.
Right, in a words matter kind of way. Here in Casey, I'm what's called Area 1. They have South Korea divided into areas based on how far away you are from North Korea. So this is as close as you can get. And then Area 2 encompasses Seoul, and they live in Yongsan, which is the base right dead in the center of Seoul.
When did he have the conversation with you, honey? We're moving to Seoul.
We knew that we were finding out soon, so we knew he was getting a command. We were so happy about that. He called and he was like, okay, we know. So I knew, like, it was one of those, I'm going to ease into it kind of thing, you know? So he told me South Korea, and I was like, wow.
The training exercise, it's all rocket pods, and each one's got a total of 6 rockets in it, or you'd have one big missile that would take up the whole thing.
How much of your day is consumed by thinking about North Korea?
Quite a bit of it, just trying to think one step ahead, a step ahead of the enemy.
Do you worry?
In terms of worry, I don't worry about myself or my unit, because it's ready, it's trained, we can do our job. That part doesn't worry me. The only part that worries me is just
your family.
Sure, and getting them out in a timely manner.
We know, as a family of 4, you know, I would know that his job would take him one way, and I would be responsible for me and the girls and the dog.
What is the plan if you were to get that call?
We would have a meeting point with the rest of Post, and we would have our things that we've been kind of encouraged to have, whatever you want to take with you. And then you go through a process of, they would fly you here, they would take you here, they would take you there, and then eventually you would be safe and maybe back home.
How would you describe a typical day in South Korea?
It's pretty normal.
It's pretty normal.
Yeah, I go to school. We all go to school for 7 hours, come back, do homework. On the weekends, you can go out. There's little karaoke things that I do with my friends, and a little Korean barbecue dinner.
Normally, sometimes we have, like, sleepovers with our friends.
There's a park just right there, and we go there a lot.
What's it like when you're waiting for your dad to come home on a Friday?
It's kind of like, is he home yet? Is he home yet? Is he home yet?
It was the ticker tape parade, you know, every Friday, and it just started to wear on both of us.
It did feel like a welcome home party every Friday, and I was like, okay, look, I need normalcy. I personally asked on a Friday night, let's keep it light on Fridays. It just gives us a minute just to connect again, to ease back in, to being around each other. And then on Saturday mornings, we try to have our moment, because then on Sunday mornings, I feel like that's the girls' moments with pancakes. I stay out of that. Like, I usually don't even partake in the pancakes. It's all them and Daddy.
They're delicious, though.
So, and then we see what we have. A lot of times, it's just we want simplicity.
We cover so much of the heated up rhetoric, right, between Washington and Pyongyang. Can you feel that day to day over here?
A little. The South Korean people are very, you know, it's just another day. They've seen worse, and it's infectious to us. We know what to do if it does happen. And this
What's the
is kind
happen?
of this is
What's
kind of
the
our job. Just, you know, full-on war, and we know, my soldiers know, we know exactly what to do.
If and when that call came into you and you're ready to roll, what does the call look like between you and your wife?
Ugh, I don't want to even think about that. I guess it's a phone call. Say, hey, see you later. Get out.
Get out.
Yeah.
Is it tough for you to think about?
Yeah, it is.
That part's hard.
Why? You love them.
Because I'm, you know, I'm the protector.
It's your job to protect your family.
Right. And I can't. They have to go. I have to protect these guys. It's hard. The thing about that part is hard.
What does your dad mean to you?
It means a lot. He's a great father. I'm glad that he's around with us. He's an amazing person to have in our lives. He works and makes sure that we're safe and we're good.
Tell me about your mom.
She helps a lot. She has to put up with so much, like taking care of us during the week when Daddy's not here.
Since we move so much, family is the thing that keeps constant. Like, we always have Mom and Dad, we always have each other.
Wow, that is beautiful. I mean, I so admire Colonel Bright's candor there with you.
There was not a dry eye in the room.
Look, I got to say, there's two fascinating aspects to this. One is the sacrifice that our servicemen and women make and the families make as well. But the other is that when we deal with North Korea and the situation, this is not some abstraction. This is not happening on the other side of the earth. I mean, there are tens of thousands of Americans who are right in the middle of it.
Right. I mean, as he pointed out, he's in Area 1, so if something were to happen, Colonel Bright would be leading that charge. He would be on the front lines. And, you know, he talked to me about some really close calls he had had in the Middle East for a number of different deployments he's been a part of. But, you know, it was fascinating to me because we talk so much about it over here, and people have been so worried about, well, what could happen and what could happen with North Korea. But to meet these people, to feel it there, they have to, they take a note from the South Koreans. Listen, we've got to continue on with our lives, but at the same time, you know, in that moment when he sat there with me and broke down and was so candid and emotional, obviously they feel that. Sure. They feel that threat. But I am just, it was humbling. The whole week in Korea was humbling for me, and we met another soldier I'm introducing.